there, neighbors. It's Nicole Fetter, your local Arizona realtor. I keep getting asked the question, are we going to see a housing bubble burst in 2020? To answer that question, I think we need to start by explaining what a housing bubble is and what causes it to burst. Because a lot of times the people asking if we're going to see a housing bubble in 2020 don't truly understand what a housing bubble is or what ultimately causes it to burst in the end. A housing bubble is when there's a significant run-up in home values due to an increased demand when supply or the inventory is low. So there's more people wanting to purchase homes than there is homes available. Now, and speculation or the idea that home values are going to continue to increase. A housing bubble burst happens when there's significant decrease in demand all of a sudden. So less people want to purchase homes and the supply is still sky high. This causes a rapid decrease in home values and boom! You got your housing bubble burst. We saw the biggest housing bubble in U.S. history between 2006 and 2012. What happened there was we had an increased demand. Everybody wanted to purchase homes. There wasn't a high inventory, and that continued and continued. Our lending restrictions loosened up, so everybody that wasn't purchasing homes was also refinancing their homes, taking cash out. Ultimately, when the burst happened, people owed more on their homes than they could make because nobody wanted to purchase them at such high values. So people either paid too much for the houses, or the people that already owned houses took too much cash out, spent it, and then they couldn't sell their home for a decreased amount. So we had all these people foreclose or were delinquent on their accounts and huge housing disaster. Now, that we've kind of explained what a housing bubble is, let's get back to the question. Do we see a housing bubble burst in 2020 going to happen? In my opinion, definitely not. Now, having said that, the real estate market is cyclical, meaning home values are always going to increase, decrease, go up and down. They're never steady. It's never always going to go up, never always going to go down. It's always peaks and valleys. Now, let me get back to why I'm quite confident saying Phoenix and surrounding Phoenix areas are far off a housing bubble. At the moment, we don't have any of the factors that usually cause a housing bubble or a housing bubble burst. Reason number one that I think we are way off a housing bubble is population growth. Phoenix and surrounding cities have above national average population growth. There's more people entering Phoenix than exiting, so a higher demand for more housing to house these people coming here. Forecasts suggest that Phoenix is going to be the fourth largest city by the end of 2020. Which leads me to number two, job growth. We saw 3.2% in non-farm job employment between May 2018 and May 2019. With the job market increasing and job stability, this is going to keep the demand for housing high. Rental rates. Phoenix and surrounding cities are one of the few areas where you can still purchase a house and have a mortgage that is less than your rent would be. And because of the job and population growth here in Phoenix, we have a very low vacancy rate in rentals. We're at right around 5% vacancy, which means there is a lot of people moving in with a high demand for housing. So a lot of people are going to want to purchase homes, especially considering they can purchase for less than they can rent. Number four, experts are saying that we should expect increases in home values throughout 2020. In order for a recession to move home values, we would need to see significant change in either supply or demand. It is not likely that we are going to see demand go down with the economy being so stable. We've had such great job growth and population growth, not only here in Phoenix, but in a lot of U.S. cities. We also have to take into account that there's a lot of millennials getting to that age where they want to start buying houses and starting families. Reason number five, and my biggest barometer, and why I think we are nowhere close to a housing bubble burst in 2020 is because lending laws are still far stricter than they were back in 2007. Back in 2007, we were allowing people to qualify for home loans they could never afford to pay. We were also allowing people to refinance their houses and take out cash loans they couldn't afford. The people's rationale was, I will take the cash out and I will use that to live off and pay my mortgage, and when that runs out, I will refinance again. But at some point, values stop increasing at that rate of speed, you can no longer do that. So at that point, crash. Those people had no other options but to walk away from their house or to be foreclosed on. So, with stricter lending laws, the Fed keeping the interest rate low, our stability in economy with job growth and population growth, I don't see anything coming anytime soon that could decrease the demand in people purchasing houses. Without that, no housing bubble burst. If you have any questions, please call, text, email, or direct message me. I'm always here to help with your home, buying, and selling needs. Please take time to share this video, like it with your friends and family, help continue to educate them on the home buying and selling process, and remember,